Hello and welcome to Versus Live. I'm Ross Marion.
And I'm Corey Ballmeister.
And we've got Rob in the booth. Say hi, Rob.
Hi, Rob.
We're all be taking all of your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the chat. Make sure to tag at Star City Games so he can see them and send his favorites over to us. Continuing our dive into Kaldheim Standard, I gotta say, every day we keep getting more and more cards. I kind of like.
It's like it's preview season.
Well, preview season tends to be kind of front-loaded.
Yeah.
So I always expect it to kind of taper off at the end. Mm-hmm. But it feels like they've done a better job of spacing things out, so you get a really even disbursement of the new set.
Agreed. Yeah, we've been getting, like at least every day, like 4 or 5, Twitter personalities, Magic players have been getting really good cards. And then you get me, and I get a limited spider I released yesterday.
3 mana, 4/2 reach.
Yeah, the low-level Twitter folks and stuff like that. But yeah, I agree. They've been doing a lot better job of spreading out the good cards, which is really good for us, because throughout every show we get to focus on new stuff, but it also is just a better way to hype Kaldheim, right? Because if you see everything right away and then you just see comments for the rest, that's not as fun.
That's not great.
Yeah.
But what you don't know is that WotC actually contacted me and gave me a choice. Either I could get a cool preview card, or I could make sure you never get cool preview cards, and I chose the latter.
Okay. Yeah, hey, not bad.
So you're just going to be previewing nothing but draft commons from now until eternity.
Nice. Okay. Well, hey, not too bad. Not too bad.
I accept. Okay, so starting today, I'm going to be playing a mono red deck, but probably not one that looks particularly familiar. This is going a little bit bigger. The only one drop in it is Fervent Champion, and I've got a little bit of a treasure theme going on here.
All right.
With Magda, Brazen Outlaw. This time coming along with some other dwarves, which is Rimrock Knight and Torbran. 2 cards that are staples of mono red generally. Sometimes you don't see Rimrock, but you almost always see Torbran. Both going nicely. Now I got 4/1 Rimrock Knights. When they attack, I get more treasures. Use all this extra mana. Playing 4 copies of Goldspan Dragon, card that both of us are still pretty high on. We have not seen this card shine yet. Yeah, I really hoping to see that look really good here. Sinking the extra mana into Shatterspell Smashing looks really nice to me. We've got Stomp from Bonecrusher Giant to interact immediately. I'm also playing 4 copies of Spikefield Hazard as another way to interact immediately with the treasure.
Okay.
So really trying to lean into that.
Yeah, and if you go Torbran into Goldspan Dragon, that's pretty terrifying.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I'm playing Gilded Assault Cart. This is not a card that is part of the regular set. This is part of whatever that side thing is that they do now.
Yeah, side set.
Yeah, don't ask me what the name of it is. You know what I'm talking about. And
I actually don't. What's the name of it, Rob?
I hate you so much. This is why you don't get preview cards.
Yes.
But a nice little vehicle here that helps us, get treasure with Magda without attacking, which is kind of nice. So if you go, Magda on 2, Assault Card on 3, even if you didn't get to attack with Magda on turn 2, say your opponent had a good blocker, on turn 4 you can crew the Assault Cart and then get that treasure, get up to 5 mana and cast Goldspan Dragon, then attack and get another treasure, stomp their blocker, and get in for 9.
Yeah.
That's my plan. That's the curve I'm going to have every game.
I mean, honestly, if you go turn 2 this, turn 3 this, you crew, turn 4 you cast this, get again, and then you have 4 mana to work with on turn 4 after you cast the dragon.
Yeah, even to cast a Torbran.
Yeah.
It'd
be a little awkward because you cast Torbran second main phase, but still.
Then you could attack with both Magda and Goldspan Dragon, have 2 treasures, 4 mana, and Embercleave them.
Yes.
I like that idea.
On turn 5? Turn 5 basically killing me? Yeah, that's probably a good
Dragon
idea.
plus Embercleave on turn 5.
I thought you're still
Why would I have to choose between the 2 of them?
You're still playing that Embercleave card? Why didn't you? We got new cards. Get that old trash out of there.
I've got to play equipment with my dwarves. I don't know how it works.
Sure.
Because you get to search for artifacts and put it on the battlefield with Magda if you have too many treasures.
Okay.
Or dragon. If you want the dragon,
you have way too many treasures, huh?
Sure. Okay. Or you can sack them to get back the assault cards. So we got that treasure theme going on.
Okay.
And going a little bit bigger with our red deck. The red decks have not had a easy time of it in the past season.
Yeah.
They were pretty bad. And I think a lot of it is that their low end isn't that great, and they always have to contend with Lovestruck Beast, which is
Lovestruck Beast, sure, but this is the first set in a long time where Uro hasn't been in the format, So now I do think it's a clean slate. Lovestruck Beast is still probably the most played card right now, so that does worry me. And you're going to play against it now, so we're going to see. We're going to really put you to the test. But
Assault Cart can attack into Lovestruck Beast. Granted, you probably have a 1/1 along with it, but that's another reason to play a lot of copies of Spikefield Hazard in this deck. You get to clear out those cheap blockers for the cart.
Yeah.
And say if I attack with cart into your 1/1 and Lovestruck Beast, and you block with the 1/1, and then I Spikefield Hazard it, you still take the 5, and your Lovestruck Beast can't attack on the way back. So there's some good things going, and now I can fly over the top of it. So I like
looks pretty cool.
I like some of what this red deck is doing. Hopefully going a little bit bigger will help it contend against green cards, and that's what we're putting it up against.
Yeah. So what I'm going to be playing today is it's not the most flashy preview deck because it is a lot of cards from Thrones because it's his green-black adventures. But one big problem that these adventure decks always had was really having that punch over the finish line. We had to play Rankle, Questing Beast, 4-mana Vivian Arcbor Ranger, I believe, to really try to push over. But that's still not like big game stuff, right? If someone's playing Genesis Ultimatum or something, that's big game.
Bigger, more power.
Exactly. So I wanted to already play a card that is pretty good in this archetype because you draw so many cards, you get to 6 mana pretty easily, and that's Garrett Cursed Huntsman. Already a card that was like kind of a 1 of and a 2 of in adventure decks when they were good. Yorion is what really killed Golgari Adventures in the first place. But before it was really bad, they were playing a couple copies of these. But now with Vorinclex, you usually are going to play Vorinclex first, but now if you play Garrick Cursed Huntsman after you play this, you can ultimate immediately because it starts with 10 loyalty. So we're going to be trying to abuse that. We also got a couple of Ugins to go with it. So basically we're just a green-black adventures deck, which already was very good at drawing enough cards and hitting every single land drop because, you're drawing cards with Follow Me or Night, Edgewell Innkeeper, returning stuff with Order of Midnight. So you hit your land drops pretty easily. So I think it'll be pretty easy to get to 6 mana. And then we also got a couple Binding of the Old Gods. Not a card I'm super in love with, but basically I just wanted to play at least more than one new card.
Also, if you're going big, it's nice to have versatile removal spells. Games are going to go a little bit longer. You're going to have to deal with Great Henges and other stuff, Binding the Old Gods. I think that's a nice card to play in small numbers here.
And I think it could be good, you know? So, yeah. So that's what we're playing today. Let's give it a shot, huh?
Corey gave you a very long-winded explanation for him playing Golgari Adventures. What you don't know is that anytime there's a major shakeup in Standard, ban, a new set coming out, Corey tries Golgari Adventures.
Yeah, me and Mythic Mibu are very similar in that. We both absolutely love this deck, Rakdos Arcanist, and whenever there's a shakeup in this or Historic, we're both like, well, what if this deck's really good now? So we're going to try it. I do think, we still get to play some Great Henges. We're still playing Mammoth and Lovestruck Beast, so we're kind of porting over some of the mono green, the best things for mono green food without having to dedicate, 12, 16 slots for food stuff. While still being able to have this really, really powerful late game.
Yeah, no, the Ugin, Garrett, Curse Huntsman, Vorinclexes, that's definitely like it.
Exactly. And the one thing that I love about them is it's not this cheesy combo where you're playing this, card that gets you a ton of mana, and then if you combo it with this, you do something really cool. These are all good standalone cards.
Yep. Yeah.
They're a little expensive, so that is the downfall, but... Yeah.
I harp on that to people all the time. When you're building around synergies, it's important that your decks still function when the synergies don't come together.
Yes.
And that speaks to the opportunity cost of having these synergies in your deck. When you're developing powerful synergies between individually powerful cards, then the opportunity cost is very low. But if you're putting individually awful cards in your deck in order to develop some sort of powerful synergy between them, the opportunity cost is very high.
Yeah, and aka every single deck you've ever played, you put these really bad cards like Whisper Squad in your deck, and then when they work...
Whisper Squad is an excellent Magic card.
Sure, buddy. Hey, yeah, it is good. It's good, man.
It is. That's just a good Magic card. don't speak ill of the Whisper Squad, because they'll speak ill of you behind your back, and you won't hear anything about it.
I just picture 10 years down the line, that meme where that woman's guiding that grandmother back, and it's just you, and be like, no, 1/1 for ones used to be good in Rakdos. Sure they were, Ross. Sure they were. One last thing I did want to touch on. Normally, these kind of cool combos, you really want to have a a good curve. So you want to do like 6-drop into 7-drop or something. But luckily, we have 5-drop into 6-drop thanks to 4 Castle Garenbrigs, which makes me excited for the Garrick package.
Castle Garenbrig and Vorinclex are best friends.
Besties, yes.
Best
I don't know. Are they besties or is Primeval Titan and Castle, the true besties?
Well, that's a different time, different place.
Okay.
Castle Garenbrig has many friends.
Yes.
It's good.
When are we going to reprint Primeval Titan in Standard?
Oh God!
I mean, Primeval Titan was like fine in Standard, but I mean it was printed alongside Valakut, so that was the thing. But outside of Valakut, like the mono green Eldrazi ramp deck, it was okay. It was ultimately worse than Valakut.
Yeah, it was also just the Wolf Run deck was really good, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, Primeval Titan is busted.
Yeah, Primeval Titan.
I forgot about Wolf Run ramp.
If there's ever a good land, which there usually is, then it's pretty insane.
I remember that SCG Open. It was like week 3 of the format too. Like there was a couple of weeks where nobody was playing Titans. It's like, we don't have to deal with ramp. Like take these counter spells out of your sideboard. Yeah. And this one guy just shows up at the Open and is like, I'm just finding Inkmoth Nexus and Kessig Wolf Run. I'm still busting you up. This card's awesome.
Yeah. Okay, so you got the marbles. You won one of the Kaldheim shows. I believe it is 2-1 me, so we're going to try to push away a little bit. Now, I'm going to be on the play. This hand is kind of what I was afraid of, is we do have a lot of clunk, and we don't exactly have an easy way in this hand to stop you. So I think against red, this has got to be a mulligan. If I wasn't against red, turn 3, Profane Insight, it might not be bad, and then hopefully you have a follow-up, but I think that is just a little too slow.
I am going to keep my hand. It is also a little slow, but I can interact a bit early. Hopefully I can find something to enable this, but we've got a powerful hand, which is something I'm looking for in this matchup.
Okay, perfect. I'm scared. All right, we'll try this again.
Powerful is just a euphemism for slow.
Yeah.
It's just expensive cards.
Okay, I am going to keep this. I do want to keep all my lands here, and I think I want to keep my top end stuff. So we are just going to put one of these Falmir Knights to the bottom, and I will play a Kazandu Valley and pass to you.
I will play a Spikefield Cave.
Okay. I am... That's a toughie. Yeah, I think we're just going to be conservative here and just play another Mammoth. I don't want to miss a land drop later and just pass to you. Pretty boring turn.
Oh, I've got a boring turn too. Mountain Pass.
All right. Okay. Yeah, another boring turn. I'll pass to you.
Okay, well now I'll start doing things.
All right.
Mountain Annex.
Annex, okay.
Pass turn.
End step, I will Profane Insight.
Brings you to 19.
Yep. Draw a card, untap, draw a card. That was a good draw. Let's sack this. Think we want black. Yeah, better get that. And... interesting decision. I think both of these plays, if we're looking at my hand here, Rob, I think both of these plays are quite good. It's just a question of which one is better. And I think it's this one. So let's just kill that.
So I'm going to get a Satyr.
Yep.
Where
it's like we need some Satyrs there, bud. Just use Shaheen for now. All right, your go.
Slacking, Rob.
Slacking.
Okay. Let's just Boulder Rush the Satyr, get in for 3.
I'm at 16.
Play Rimrock Knight.
Okay.
And then play Spikefield Cave.
Alrighty.
Pass the turn.
I'll draw, search for a forest card. So I probably should have put one, because it's always tapped, right? Yeah, I really should have had one Snowland in here. I'm just realizing that.
And Triome.
Yeah, that I completely forgot you can get those too. I think we both made that mistake last time.
I made that mistake, then you corrected me. Now you made the mistake and I corrected you, so we're even.
Yes, we're even. Okay, so I will just do a forest because I'm stupid. And let's see what we got.
Okay. Even if you cut like a Temple of Malady from your deck for an Adatha Triome, that's a...
Yeah, I'm going to Heart's Desire plus Love Shark Beast, and then I'll pass to you.
Okay.
Creatures you control gain death touch until end of turn. So it is one of those static emblems that creatures I play as well. Not that that's going to have some big impact.
No, it's only going to affect the creatures that are on the battlefield.
Oh, okay. Oh, it would have to say you get an emblem that says creatures you control. Okay, got it.
So I've got a mountain and a Goldspan Dragon.
Uh-oh.
So I will attack for 4 and get a treasure.
Okay. I will take it.
Brings you to 12.
Yep.
And I'll pass the turn.
All right. Oh, that's scary. I will draw Death Touch. All right. Well, we do have a pretty strong turn. Just what do we want to start with? All right, let's go with the Great Henge. Love Shark Beast's best friend. Then we'll play Falmir Knight.
Yep.
Trigger, draw a card. Okay, that was insane. Add 2, go to 14. Innkeeper, 1 green floating, draw a card. I will play this as the Swamp. Order of Midnight, draw a card.
That's a counter.
Oh, yeah, thank you. And now, do we want to attack? I think it is kind of safe now. We do only have 3 blockers, I guess. But still seems fine. If you have Embercleave, you're probably strapping this anyways.
If I have Embercleave, you're dead.
Yeah. 10? No, I'm not.
Don't worry about it.
Am I dead? All right, I'll attack for 5.
15.
Here we go. Hopefully I live.
Embercleave, please.
Okay, you don't have it. Thank God.
That's interesting.
Okay, I don't like interesting. Don't like anything interesting.
So close to doing really cool stuff.
Okay.
Instead, I might have to content myself with kind of cool stuff.
All right. I like kind of cool stuff a little bit more than really cool stuff when it's on your side of the battlefield.
I can also... could try to like set up for next turn. I've got a ton of options.
Okay.
Like, I have 5 spells in my hand that are all pretty good. And
okay,
you know, I've got to worry about your battlefield and mine trying to kill you. I think this seems to me like the best because it'll hold the Lovestruck Beast back too, unless you have another one. And deal with most of your battlefield and deal you 9 damage.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, I'm going to play Torbran.
Okay.
I'm going to sack this treasure for 2 red.
Okay.
Make 3 red. Oh no, that's not how that works.
Okay.
Hold
good.
on. Yeah.
Good.
I'm a little off on how that works. So I guess. Yeah, that changes things.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Oh, whoops! I got to draw 1 extra card.
Oh,
I didn't draw for the adventure.
So, what if I did... I go this way, and put you to... Yeah, that'll still deal with most of it.
Okay. Let's see what you got.
Yeah, I think it's going to be better to go second dragon.
Okay.
I think I'm happy to trade Rimrock Knight for any of your things. Obviously can't attack the satyr into it, but yeah, attack with those 3, get 2 treasures.
Okay. Anything before I block?
Nothing has... This can't block,
Yep.
if I remember. No, you're good.
Okay, so I think 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, I can take it. Hope I don't die, and then I could try to kill you on the backswing. That seems... Oh, this cannot block, actually, so I don't necessarily... You have to have something anyways. I don't want to just die to... I guess I don't die to Stomp, but I die to Stomp plus, like, Spikefield Hazard. Yeah, it... Well, if I block with this, I can't attack with this, so... I think I want to block with this to try to just make sure I live. Yeah, we'll go like that.
Okay, so these trade, you take 8, brings you to 6.
Yep.
And then I can make a bunch of red. We'll make 6 red.
Okay.
And I have a Shatter Skull Smashing for 4.
Okay. That's pretty spicy.
Yeah, for some reason I thought I could Torbrin and then make 3 red and deal 1 damage to 2 different things, but I was 1 mana short, obviously.
Okay.
And then it would be 3 damage, so then I would get to deal with both 2/2s.
Okay.
So I definitely want to deal with the Sheen to stop the Luster Piece. And the question is, do I care more about the 3/3 or the 2/2?
Yeah.
And I think it is kind of a question. You're going to have a ton of cards, and this game is going to end quickly. So card draw is actually pretty low value right now. Though, it could find you a key removal spell. You are at 6. So, and I'm not sure if 1 damage makes a huge difference, though. So let's see. I'm at 15. This is 8. So if you had Heart's Desire plus Vorinclex, that's exactly 15 with these 2, because Vorinclex would get a counter from the Henge.
Yep.
So there is... That actually, I think, might swing me in the favor of dealing with the order. Yeah, let's do it. Let's 3...
Good call.
Pass the turn.
Good call. Smart move, buddy. I was just like, come on, Innkeeper. So, I mean, I did chuck it away by blocking, but just dying to something, seems bad, but it was going to have to be 2 things, so maybe that was still wrong.
I guess you are going to get to go to 8, so my Torbrin is not going to kill you through a removal spell.
Oh, no, you're in trouble. But I had you just dead if you killed that or if I didn't block. So maybe that's a mistake. But getting cheesed out there when I have such a high power in my hand seems really stupid.
Yeah, I mean, if you're still comfortable from this position, then I like to play.
Oh, yeah.
Seems like it might come down to me ripping Embercleave again.
No, it definitely won't. So I will just attack for 2.
Okay, I go to 13.
Then I'll play Ugin. I'll gain 2.
So you go to 8.
And I'll negative 5. So this is at 2, and then I'll pass to you.
That's messed up.
Yep. But yeah, I had you just dead with the old Vorinclex Lovestruck Beast. Pretend I don't have those, okay?
Wow. Yeah, Ugin is going to get me pretty good.
Yeah.
Because all I have are these 2, and the Gadrick is really bad.
Yeah.
So first inclination of the Gadrick is because you wanted to use the treasures for mana.
Yeah.
So even trying to keep them around is tough.
So we have decided that if you have Vorinclex in play and I tick up 2, I do not get 3 counters. I do not get 4 counters, right?
Yeah, that's paying a cost.
It's only when you get the thing. All right.
Pass the turn.
But if we're talking about green-black Nissa, where if you play a land, you get a loyalty counter, it would double that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. Castle is pretty interesting.
Looks like once again the Great Henge is just gonna win the game.
Be great. Who would have guessed?
Right? Beast Great Henge.
Okay, so yeah, I gotta give this a read again. Can't attack unless you control 4 more artifacts. So you're never attacking with this.
And it only triggers on my end, so if you kill stuff on your turn, I'm not getting treasures.
You had a creature that died, though.
No. I just cast these on my last turn.
Yeah. I was, for some reason, I was like, I blocked Rimrock, but yeah, okay, I'm dumb.
Yeah, that was the previous turn.
All right, so we're going to start with... We're going to gain 2, go to 10. I'm just going to deal 3 to you.
Then I'll go to 10.
And then I'll play my second Ugin. And I will -3. And I will play a Heart's Desire. Yeah, I don't think there's a big reason to do. You're at 12.
I'm at 10. You just hit me from 13 to 10 with the Ugin.
10. Let me do some math. Yeah, that should still be fine. Okay, so yeah, we'll just Heart's Desire with Shaheen and pass to you.
Now we're flooding a little bit. I've got a castle and a Torbran.
All right. Okay, now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, funnel and 6. So I'll go to 12 Vorinclex. I will get 2 counters on this. Draw a card. And I have a Edgewell Innkeeper. Put 2 counters. Draw a card. Then I will kill that.
You go to 10.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that doesn't really matter. And then attack for 9.
I go to 1.
All right, your go. Wait a minute.
You didn't activate Ugin. All right.
No, I negatived, right?
No, that was the previous turn.
Am I just losing turns today?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, an attack. 1 or more counters. Twice that many counters. Yeah, what? I put 2.
No, because it's paying a cost.
If you would put 1 or more counters on a permanent, which you would put more loyalty counters on.
You're not putting counters on it. You're paying a cost. We've had this interaction come up before. This is a thing. You don't get it when you're. It's not.
See, because I still think that way as well, but I'm just trusting you on this.
I just have it in my head that I've asked this question before, and that's been the answer. Regardless, I'm dead.
Yeah, I mean, regardless, you're dead, but we want to make sure we get our interactions right.
Ross, you're wrong. You are literally putting counters on a permanent.
Really?
That is what activating the loyalty ability does. Put more loyalty counters.
Oh, so my Planeswalker's even more busted.
In a literal sense, but I don't think that's how the game sees it. I think it sees it as paying a cost.
Okay.
Vorinclex is not doubling.
Oh, they're not just the same card?
No.
What does doubling season say then?
Doubling season says like if an effect or something.
Oh my god.
All right, we're gonna
once again just 2 cards with virtually the same effect are subtly different, so they interact differently.
Subtly different. Well, we'll make sure to double check.
That's an assumption I've been making, that these are basically these are the same effect.
No.
If that's not the case, then I'm inclined to agree with you.
Okay.
What is the text on doubling season?
So my Vorinclexes are even better.
Sure.
Excellent.
Okay. We're gonna
Doubling season is if an effect would create 1 or more tokens under your control, it creates twice that many. If an effect would put 1 or more counters on a permanent you control, it puts twice that many of those counters on
because
the permanent
doubling
instead.
season specifically says an effect, whereas Vorinclex doesn't specify that. It also doubles when you're paying costs. Okay. That makes a lot of sense.
That's one of the very few card interactions that Ross got wrong and I got right, but I've gotten so many of them wrong in the past that I just agree with what Ross says, so we'll blame him for that. So, all right, everyone.
Blame me for being right too often.
Exactly. Thank you. I'm glad you're on my side. So we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with Sideboarding here on Versus Live.
Okay, welcome back to Versus Live, where we are sideboarding in our matchup between Treasure Red and Golgari Adventures.
Oh, yeah.
On my side, I've got my Emberoth Shieldbreakers to handle the Great Henge. I've got some Akroan Wars and Soul Seers to deal with bigger green creatures. Pretty typical sideboard plan from the red side.
Yep.
For Cutting Rimrock Knight, just kind of swaps for a Shieldbreaker. Hard card to attack when you've got things like Foulmire Knight and Sheen Serani tokens from Heart's Desire. Also cutting the one Gadrick, which looked really bad. This was kind of a flyer card. Not surprised if it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
I think the reality is with this card, you probably need a lot of standalone artifacts as opposed to just the treasures, because the treasures you really just want to use for mana. And then I'm trimming some Torbrins. They occupy the same spot in the curve as the Akroan War. I'm also, I think I'm going to be getting in on the ground early and then trying to finish it off with dragons in the air or with Embercleave. In either case, Torbrin can sometimes get blunted. It's nice that sometimes my creatures can attack into a bigger green creature when they otherwise wouldn't. But Ember Shieldbreaker and Torbrin still isn't attacking a Lovestruck Beast, and I'm cutting a 3-power creature because I need the functionality from Battle Display, so trimming down to 1 Torbrin.
Yep, I love it. Okay, so from my end, we're just doing a pretty similar thing that green-black decks have done, and that is just kind of cut the bigger stuff, maybe the stuff that's more value, for just a bunch of removal. Elder Gargaroth just lines up so well against Goldspan Dragon, and then just adding 1 more Great Henge. We're not the best Henge deck, because we do only have Mammoth and Lovestruck Beast that really trigger it at all. Otherwise, we have a lot of small creatures and removal, but it's still just that good that it's worth bringing in. And then on the draw, I want to be bringing out Binding of the Old Gods. On the play, I will bring this card back in, but 4-mana removal spell against red on the draw is just too bad. If I can hit a 3-drop, though, that's fine when I'm on the play. Order of Midnight is probably the worst card in my deck against you, just because, you don't kill that much stuff. You sidestep me and Embercleave, and they cannot block. That's the key word. Actually, taking out a couple of Murderous Riders, they are fine, but Heartless Act is better. And, we lose out on a lot of adventure creatures here, but that is still just okay. And then taking out the 1 of Vivian and 1 Garrick, leaving ourselves with 2 on the draw. So. All right. And Rob, you got any lovely questions from our audience to start up this second game?
Yeah, we had one earlier from Leo the Magic Man. Wants to know your thoughts on Usher of the Fallen, the Savannah Lions with Boast to make a 1/1.
I am definitely high on this card. Just efficient creature, provide some value when you need it. And the thing that gets me is it has a lot of relevant creature types. Yeah. Whether you're going with spirits or in particular warrior to help out party.
Yep.
And I think that is really helpful to pair along something like Archpriest of Iona in an aggressive white party deck. We haven't seen a lot of good 1-drops printed recently, especially not ones with relevant creature types. So
and we haven't seen any good cards in white at all. So no, I like this. This is one of the ideas that we're going to explore. Either red-white, where you can kind of top out, and even be a Winota deck. Is it a human and makes humans?
It's a spirit warrior. It makes humans, but it itself is a spirit for Winota. That is another key element.
Yeah, a red-white Winota deck seems pretty sweet, especially with Showdown. I like Showdown when you have a lot of creatures that are cheap as well. And we've only played Showdown where you're playing much bigger cards, and for me, I've only paired it with Yorion. But I really want to try a red-white deck that, plays Season Hollowblade. You get that 1-drop. Iona Priest, see what kind of other party stuff we're getting. We're really, you called this dead on at the beginning of last set, that you're like, party is something that is really bad, but I bet as it gets going is going to be insane. And we're starting to see the building blocks for a decent party deck. And that 1-mana card is so insane. And we've both tried to build it so many times, the Iona Priest, but there just hasn't been enough of a crew around it. And I think we're starting to get there where there is enough.
We're just going to keep getting closer and closer, and who knows when we cross the line, but I'm betting that we will at some point.
Yeah, you need it to be a 2/2 attacking on turn 2.
Yeah.
And so you need maybe 16 creatures that you can play at 1 or 2 drop that trigger that effect.
Yeah. Season Hollowblade is a warrior. This card is now a warrior. Luminarch Aspirant is a cleric, which doesn't pump Archpriest because it's a cleric itself, but does just give it a counter so it attacks for 2.
Yep.
So that one's also fine and gives you an additional cleric. So now we're really looking at rogue and wizard.
And I think Robber the Rich is a rogue.
Robber is a rogue.
Yeah.
So if you go Boros, you can get to party there. Wizard is probably going to be the tough one.
Yeah.
There is Linvala if you want to go full Jeskai, but then your mana gets a lot worse.
Yep.
So,
hopefully we get some wizards going, but there's also shapeshifters, that can count. I don't think we really have many shapeshifters outside of green.
Yeah.
I think there is a few, just at the common slots, down below. I know there's a black shapeshifter that is like, 1 colorless black, 1/1, put a counter on something when it comes into play. Not a good card, but there's got to be along the color, some commons that are all shapeshifters, I would imagine.
We'll be looking into that one, don't we?
We'll be checking. Okay, great questions. Keep them coming. We'll keep answering those as we go. But let's get to the game. I'm guessing you want to go first.
I would. Ugh.
Yeah, mine's not great either.
Mine is 5 lands, Spikefield Hazard, Embercleave.
Okay, with you mulliganing, maybe that's a bad way to think about it, but I kind of want to keep. Now I'm gonna keep. We might just get absolutely run over with this, but we'll give it a shot. You got another question at all, Rob?
I do. What do y'all
Sweet.
think about the new green enchantment, In Search of Greatness? Unfortunately, it hasn't been previewed in English, so we only have a translation, but it's green. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may cast a permanent spell from your hand with mana cost equal to 1 plus the highest converted mana cost among other permanents you control without paying that spell's mana cost. If you don't, scry 1.
Are you just asking about the card?
Yeah. Chet wants to know what y'all think about it. If it's as busted as Fires of Invention.
Yeah, I don't know if it's quite that busted, but I've seen the spectrum, right? Like I've seen people are saying this card is insane. I've seen people are saying, spoiler alert, this is going to be bad. I'm somewhere in the middle because I do think, Will Polium tweeted this earlier about how good it's going to be in mono green food because that deck does just scale up quite well,
Yeah, it goes all the way to 6.
And it counts itself, right? So on turn 3.
No, it does not count itself. That's important. It says other permanent you control.
So if I go Goose into that,
you can play a 2-drop on your next upkeep.
I can play Tangled Florahedron or Trail of Crumbs, and that's okay. That might even be better, actually.
Yeah, but if you don't have a 1-drop, then you're just scrying on turn 3, hopefully playing a 3-drop, trying to untap with it, and then casting a 4.
Can you play a 1-drop if you have nothing? Probably not, right?
No.
I didn't see the exact wording. Okay, but I'm still pretty.
If you had a 0-mana permanent in play, then yes.
If you had Ornithopter,
you could cast a Golgari.
Yeah, so here's some things that I think this card's going to lead to is people are going to slam that on turn 2, and then it's just going to be like, okay, if I'm your opponent, I'm going to kill everything you play because it could turn into something else.
Yeah.
So I think if we're in a metagame that doesn't interact a lot, those are usually the metagames of like a ramp deck, bless you. Those are usually the metagames of like a ramp deck where there's not a lot of interaction going on. Then I think that kind of card could be decent. But I don't think this is going to slot just into a Gruul Adventures deck or something like that. So
yeah, to me the real hallmark of the card is going to be how good is it as just a 2-green enchantment, scry 1 every upkeep. Because I don't think you're going to get the cast a free spell all that often, once or twice in a game, and that's if you play it early. And it's going to be great every time that happens. But the majority of the game, this is just going to be scrying every turn, and you've got to be happy with that in order to play this card in high numbers.
Ooh, one thing I'm thinking of now, what about in Abzan Doom Foretold? Can you stack the Doom? I assume you can. You stack the Doom Foretold and those triggers so you can put something into play and then sack it to Doom Foretold?
Yes.
Okay.
Not sure why you'd want to cast a 5-drop and sack it immediately, but...
True. But, ECD and you don't want to get rid of your enchantment or something, ECD is something that you could never, play after Doom Foretold, right? You don't want to sack that green enchantment. So I think it's kind of cool. I'm going to try it next week, or one of us will try it for Tuesday for sure.
There's high potential. I think I'm lower than most. Just because I think it takes a little while. It's not. I don't think it's anywhere close to something like Fires of Invention.
Yeah.
And Fires. The thing with Fires was it was very consistent at what it did. You could rely on it giving you that boost of mana, and it gave you mana immediately. You cast it on turn 4, then got to cast another 4-drop. Yeah. So you effectively netted, 3, maybe a 3-drop with it, what have you. But you net 2, 3, 4 mana on the turn you cast it. This card, it's lower investment, only costs 2 mana, but you're probably waiting 2 turns to get a really big payoff, and you're getting a small one in the meantime. Though the one thing I like about it is that there aren't a lot of good 2-drops in the green decks right now. It's like Scavenging Ooze and Tangled Florahedron.
And Trail's the best one.
Trail in the food deck specifically.
Yeah.
So, I think there's some spots opening in the curve there. You could play, Heart's Desire on turn 1, this on turn 2, and then Trail or then play a 1-drop, play your Goose up because you have the token, because it doesn't say non-token permanent.
Okay. Well, if it is also just translated correctly, it is just permanent, your lands are zeros.
I think it says non-land permanent you control. Does it? Does it not?
Again, that's just what I'm. Yeah. It needs to be translated.
Okay.
I can't read Portuguese. I think
okay. So if it counts your lands, then you're definitely going to get to play 1-drops off of it. So that's nice.
But 1-drops you want to cast already. So It's not going to be an aggro card. It seems like it's going to be a pairing with food decks, and because food decks generate all this value where you have a full hand, and all you're trying to do is just crank more stuff out.
And they have plenty of stuff to do with their mana. So.
And a pairing with Yorion, because it not because it's good to blink or anything, but it pairs with that game style where you want to be playing to the battlefield every turn.
Yeah.
You know, it's not going to be, you're not going to pair that with counter spells in a green-blue deck, you know. So those are the only two shells I think it could be good in. It's not an aggro card. It's not a control card.
Mid-range decks that play to the battlefield and generate value off of their permanents.
Yeah.
You know, this is a card that's going to help you do that because it just sets up those synergies really well, lets you get to the battlefield really quickly. There's some potential there, but I'm not super high on it.
Yeah, I think I'm going to try an Abzan Yorion deck with the new black-white enchantment and that for next week.
Of Abzan Yorion deck.
Yeah.
Okay, looking at my 6 here, it is once again not great, but it's definitely a keep. And the question is, which of these high-end cards should I get rid of? And I'm inclined to just get rid of this one.
All right, let's do it.
One in the matchup. Okay, Mountain Pass.
All right. That was a pretty decent draw. Think we're just going to go like this and pass to you.
Okay, Mountain Pass.
All right. Now you're going to be able to stomp something if you want, or have some other removal spells. So I'm going to be very hesitant to cast something here. I think I want to forest. Let me double check. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay. I will draw. Yeah, it feels kind of bad. I'm just going to play this Tangled Vine tapped because I do not want to lose it to a stomp.
Well, now you just lost it to nothing.
Dang it.
Castle Embereth and Annex.
Okay.
Pass turn.
All right. I will just play a land and pass to you. Another slow start for me.
Okay. I'm going to play a Bone Crusher Giant.
Okay.
And attack for 3.
I will take it, and then I will do this. I'll take 4.
So you're going to end up the turn at 16.
Yep.
Draw your guard.
Done?
Yep.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to play a Falmir Knight, and then I'm going to play, this time I'll play the Tangled Florhedron since I have a decent amount of lands, and I'll pass to you.
That is a Tilter.
A Tilter?
Tilt-a-Whirl. Okay. I will Spikefield Hazard the Foul Mine, right?
Okay.
And attack for 7.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Brings you to 9.
Yep.
Pass the turn.
Okay. Pretty solid draw there.
Actually, I'm gonna play this post combat too.
Okay.
Probably should have played that pre combat, but
so I'm going to sack this and then just play Vorinclex and Heart Desire and the old defensive Vorinclex.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get my swamp and pass to you.
Yeah. Okay. And okay, well, I drew the land anyway. Play Castle Embereth, and this blocks here, this blocks here. 2, 4, 6, 7, 14 minus 6 is 8, plus 2 is 10.
Yeah,
attack.
Cleave kills me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't even need the land, right?
Yeah, that's why I played the Shieldbreaker, so I can guarantee Embercleave this turn.
Okay, GG.
Yeah, so this is 4, this is a 7 power, so 14 minus 6 is 8. This jumps here, you take 10.
All right, well, GG. I was going to have a pretty decent next few turns, but you know, I did keep a decently clunky hand, but
yeah, and then the stomp stopped you from really developing, even though I didn't end up having to cast it.
Yeah, you did have it.
Yeah.
So I didn't play the Tangled, but yeah, that slowed me down, and I could have played Falmir Knight instead of Profaning, and maybe that was correct, but my hand wasn't very developed at the time, so I think it's what I kind of needed to do. All right, so we're getting ready for the next game.
Hindsight is 2020.
Exactly. I want to bring in
2021, Ross.
What's up?
Yeah, but hindsight is 2020. We don't have it anymore.
Yes, 2021. All right, whatever. I'll just keep it this way. Yellow. All right. Well, Rob, you got any questions for us?
I do. It is about the new figure of Destiny,
Ooh.
the one drop spirit. And
The
what are your
snow
thoughts
figure,
on that?
huh? I know you were pretty excited about this, right?
Yeah, this is just a very much a me card. You know,
Yeah,
you played on
yeah.
turn 1, and from then on, your opponent is kind of incentivized to make you do other stuff.
Yeah.
Because now you have something to do with your mana every turn. So it's a card I like quite a bit. I think, it doesn't really fit into the spirit decks that exist in older formats because they're multicolored, so it's just
Yeah.
hard to get snowlands into your deck.
Yeah.
This is going to be like a mono blue aggro kind of card.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that deck's good enough, maybe not. But I hope it is because that's the kind of deck I like to play.
Or it could be like a Sultai Snow kind of thing too. You know, like what we're gonna see a little later from me here. I can see it being paired with the Jorn Snow card.
Yeah, it's generating a ton of extra mana. It gives you a nice sink for it.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is, unlike Figure, it doesn't stop after that last level. Because the way it's worded, the last level just checks that it has that creature type, which it does. And then instead of resetting its power to something, it just adds 2 counters to it and gives it an instance of that trigger. So you actually just get more instances of the draw card trigger. And you start drawing even more cards and make it even bigger.
That's insane with that Jorn Snow card then.
Oh, yeah. It's a great mana sink for Jorn.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. That excites me about the card. Before I thought it was going to be bad because I'm like, the first chapter bad, pay 2 makes it an okay creature, and then pay 3 makes it a 4/4. Lovestruck Beast is still a 5/5. So okay, that does make it a little better.
It gets a flying counter.
Yeah. Oh, it gets a counter.
A flying counter and makes it a 4/4.
That's a big thing too for Heartless Act.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the third chapter is put 2 +1/+1 counters on it, and it gets whenever this creature does combat damage to a player, draw a card.
Okay. No, actually, I take it back. That card sounds kind of sweet then.
It's also a great thing to bring back with the staff on the other side of Jorn.
Yeah.
You're going to have a lot of mana late game. It just costs 1 to cast from your graveyard, and then you just sink a bunch of mana into it.
Yeah, I picture like going turn 1 that, turn 2, turn it into a creature, attack, turn 3 Jorn Snow, maybe they kill this, then the turn after you play staff, bring it back, attack with Jorn Snow, untap, chapter, like something like that, is not that hard when you play all Snowlands.
Yeah.
That's the bad thing about that deck is you have to play all Snowlands, but, still fine.
Also, I would just like to point out Joe Castellas made in chat on our hindsight thing. They said Foresight is 2021. There's a whole mechanic about it.
Love it. Okay, I'm going to go first here. Last game of round 1 here. Remember, any of these sweet cards that y'all want to check out, Star City Games has an awesome just way to organize all of them. You can go to starcitygames.com/previews to get your hands on all these cards.
Yeah. If anything strikes your fancy.
Okay, well, this hand is quite awkward. But overall, not the worst. I'm gonna keep, but it is slightly bad.
I will keep my hand as well.
Okay, let's go with I'm gonna put this Tangled Vine into play tap. Tangled Veil, excuse me.
I have Mountain Go.
Okay. That was pretty.
Javier is hiding so far in this match.
Yeah. All right. Sad Castle and pass to you.
Okay. First appearance of Magda, Brazen Outlaw.
Okay.
That's a turn.
Magda. All right. So I got a pathway here. Then I will pass to you.
Drop.
Yep.
Declare text.
I will kill it.
You're a jerk.
Yep, I know.
I have the whole combo set up. I have a Gilded Assault card.
Oh, God.
Pass the turn.
Too bad.
All I wanted was to have my Mogda live, and you have stupid...
I'm a jerk, I know.
Could have had anything else.
I'm a jerk. Okay, so we're going to play this. I am going to Heart's Desire and pass to you. Our lands have been very awkward, but we've been drawing decently out of this.
Got another mountain.
Okay.
Now I'm going to play Embereth Shieldbreaker.
Okay.
Gonna crew the cart.
Okay.
Gonna attack for 5.
I will block.
I will Spikefield Hazard your 1/1.
Okay. Yeah, 5 damage is quite a lot here.
So, assuming that, I know my opponent's deck doesn't have pump spells, letting Corey block and seeing, like, maybe he doesn't, maybe he really wants the 1/1 for whatever reason, I might get some information out of him.
Yeah.
When I have trample, there's just no point in doing it first.
I am going to kill that. I think that is just too dangerous to leave around.
Pass the turn.
Okay. Draw. Not a good draw. So, yeah, let's just play this and Love Struck and pass to you.
A castle.
Okay.
I have a play I would very much like to make, but if Corey has the Great Henge, I'm gonna let him cast it. I don't like that. The thing is, I don't really have a way. I don't really have a way to permanently deal with the Lovestruck Beast. So, like, if I make the other play to stop Henge now, I think Henge is just going to happen in 2 turns.
Okay.
If I still had the Assault card, if Corey hadn't had another Heartless Act, I think that play is a lot more defensible. So instead, I'm gonna hope there's no Henge. But every time I play against Corey and he has Henge, he has it every game. So, I will attack and get a treasure.
Okay, I'll go to 16.
And then I'll pass the turn.
All right, I will draw. I do not have a Henge.
That is very good news for me.
And I just drew probably the worst possible Magic card, so feeling quite bad. Yeah, what a tilting draw there.
I had the full-on combo for turn 4 Dragon. I was going to have a million treasures. I was going to do everything.
I just had my 4th tap land here, which is not doing me well.
So I guess the Heartless Axe being aimed at my earlier stuff, it means if my dragon lives.
Yeah, and that was the thing I was very much debating on, is Heartless acting the 5/2. And now I'm regretting it, believe it or not.
In your combat step, I'm going to stop this thing.
Oh, God. Okay.
Yeah. Let's hold.
All right, I'll pass to you.
Yeah.
Defense.
Oh, that's perfect.
I'm dead.
So I'm going to play the Crone War.
Okay.
Take the Lovestruck Beast.
Sure.
I will then attack for 6 and get a treasure.
Okay.
You will take 6, go to 10.
Yep.
I will then sack Ryan Overture for 2 red and play Gilded Assault card. This is actually going to let me tap the Lovestruck Beast with this last trigger on the stack.
Ooh.
Make sure the Lovestruck Beast dies.
Cool. Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right. Well, I'm kind of glad you played the Acroan Ward there, at least, because I do have this. I'll play Gargaroth, and I will pass to you.
Okay. Yeah, that is annoying.
Okay, so I'll have to attack next turn. That's okay.
That's an interesting draw.
Hold
10 right now. Okay, I'm going to crew the cart with Lovestruck Beast.
Okay.
And attack with all of my creatures and get a treasure.
Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I will block this.
Okay. Gargaroth triggers.
Yeah, what do I want? I probably need a 3/3. But I could just die, right? You could have basically anything, because you can sack this to pump.
Not 2.
And that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You literally can have Spikefield Hazard and kill me if I don't gain life. So yeah, I'll gain life.
Okay.
13.
So do I want... I don't think the 2 damage to you is worth it. So I'm just going to have you take 7 and go to 6.
Okay.
I did have you dead. I drew a stomp, so I can finish off the Gargaroth with a stomp.
Okay.
And that goes there, and then I'll just cast one of the Bone Crushers.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right. Oh boy. Yeah.
One short of Uganing if he has a land drop, so that's good to see.
Yep. I think I'm just dead here. 6, yeah, dead exactly. I have Vorin Klex, which is actually not working in my favor.
It just keeps the Akron War around.
Yeah, no, I really needed, I did have the Ugin, but just drew another tap land. I just drew far too many tap lands, so maybe I shouldn't have some of those in play and just have some lands, but yeah, GG's.
Yeah. We didn't get to see some of the real combos come through, but I think this is the best Dragon has looked so far, which is nice.
Yep.
I think if you had let the Magda live or the Assault card, like this early curve is really cool.
Yep, and I think I lost the game when I Heartless Act instead of taking 5. I think I really had to save it for Dragon, but I was just hoping that you didn't have Dragon and a Crowan War, and I would be okay because I could play Gargaroth.
I also do like the synergy here.
Yeah, that is kind of cute.
Being able to upkeep, crew the cart with their creature when your Akron War is about to die.
Yeah,
is a nice one.
No, that is pretty spicy. So, all right. Well, we didn't get to see any of the super cool stuff with Vorin Klex, but
we almost saw it just kill me out of nowhere at game 1 if I hadn't played very carefully.
Yeah, and I'm starting to think, did I screw that up anyways? 5, 6 because it became 8. No, that was still 14. You were at 15, right? Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I kept thinking when I put a counter on
15 because you got 2 counters on it.
Yeah,
you should have just killed me.
I was thinking it was just 1 counter.
Yeah, because I had said it was 7. I probably just anchored it in your head.
And I thought it was 7 too. So that's why I was like, please destroy that, and I had it. But yeah, I think I could have just killed you there with.
So you had 5/5 Lovestruck Beast, 2/2 Edgewalling Keeper. You would have had 8/8 Vorinclex, and that's 15.
So the one thing I'm wondering with this deck is moving forward, because I had a lot of clunky hands. I think that was the one thing that I had to avoid is moving forward. Just maybe playing 1 or 2 Planeswalkers, but I think just Vorinclex plus Great End was enough to be the top end. I think everything else felt a little cute. Maybe 2 Garrick or something. Or Vivian. Vivian could have been cool because then you play like 1 really good 5-drop creature, so then you can negative Vivian, Vorinclex, put something else into play.
Yeah.
Verdurous Gearhulk, please.
Get Questing Beast and have 10 power haste.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. No, that'd be sick too. So I do like this kind of shell, the green-black adventure thing, because it was very good at drawing out the game. Right, because you have so much removal. It was hard for any deck to get some footing. Now, Yorion deck still crushed it, and that was the whole reason it got kind of thrown out of the metagame.
But with all those big Planeswalkers and Ugin especially, I think you can definitely hang with the Yorion decks there.
Exactly.
Ugin Henge is quite the combo. Henge gives you the mana to ramp to the Ugin, and then it's not going to die when you minus the Ugin, and it's going to help you recover from the Ugin by drawing you a bunch of cards. It's all good.
It's all there. All right, well, Rob, we'll take one question before we head to our next round here.
I think we should probably head to the next round.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So next up, I believe I have, this was a spicy one. So this is something we were talking about the last show, where that really cool giant Anticipate. I just wanted to have a little bit more giants. So I saw a cool article written by Patrick Chapin where he threw out like 1,000 giant decks. And I picked one that was really cool, added a couple of cards for my taste. And so I'm going to be playing a Grixis giant
deck. In typical Chapin fashion, it's a Grixis deck.
Oh, yeah, because I didn't even know Croxa. I mean, I really should have known that was a giant. But I'm pretty excited for this one.
That definitely helps out.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be playing the adventure side of things for next round. This is a Selesnya Adventures deck, but playing the Angel Foretell card, Starnheim something.
Yeah.
And Asika's Chariot, trying to get some Angel tokens going on.
Oh, the cat thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just make Angels with it.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, I already kind of think that card is just good.
Yeah, so do I. It's also a great fit, like Lovestruck Beast crewing it when you don't have a 1/1 around.
Yeah.
Is really nice. So I think there's a lot to fit in. The Selesnya deck doesn't. I actually have a good number of 2-drops anyway, but
okay.
I think a lot of things work well with this, and the token synergies are really cool.
Awesome. So we're going to take a short break. We're going to take a short 5-minute break, and we'll be right back with round number 2 here on Versus Live.